What's up YouTube, it's Big Dev and we're back with another MLB The Show 25 video. Today we're going to be ranking from top to bottom all the outfielders in MLB The Show from S tier to F tier, so stick around for that. If you want access to all of my tier lists for free, please join the Discord in the description down below. I'll be updating them as more and more cards come out, and we're about to get a ton of new content on July 11th. The All-Star content's coming out, so those tier lists are going to change massively. I'm also going to be releasing a tier list of all the top All-Star cards once they do come out, so stay tuned for that. And without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, let's get into this, man. Okay, so freaking tier list, baby. Let's go. I got all the players loaded up here. We'll drag and drop as we do the video. Prefacing this, if a player's fielding is bad, it's going to hurt them on this specific list. I'm going to have another list that comes out for DH and just best hitters overall to put in your DH slot. But like, if a player's fielding is bad, I can't in good faith rank them as a top outfielder in the game, because outfielding is part of it. Fielding is part of it. So just keep that in mind when you see where I rank some of these players. You might be a little surprised that they're a little lower than you thought. But for this specific list, they have to have decent amount or serviceable fielding to be good. Now, their hitting could be so good that they're still ranked high because it offsets their terrible fielding. But just keep that in mind, okay? So let's start with this Alec Burleson card. Just came out, 94 overall. Put him in F tier. Get out of my face. It's not. I'm gonna put him that low. It might be disrespectful, but it's just not a card you would even think to use. You know what I mean? He's not gonna have a great swing, or he doesn't have a great swing. He's a lefty bat, lefty pitchers. Why would you put him in your lineup in the outfield or even at DH with so many better options? Just F tier for him. Let's go with the card that was in S tier for a long time. But as more and more cards come out, I'm stuck between A and B tier. Personally, I'm gonna put him in a higher B tier. I don't get the hype over this card. I think he's good, but I just feel like people fawn over Byron Reynolds a little too much. And now that he's a 90 overall with all these new cards coming out, I think that drops him down to a B tier, in my opinion. Adolis Garcia, 91 overall, good fielding. Well, because I just wouldn't use him. He's a righty. That's good. Because so many dominant lefty pitchers. They released so many lefties in this new content they dropped recently. It's insane. So many lefty relievers, so many lefty starters. Like, so right-handed hitters are good, but again, thinking in terms of an outfield on a God squad, right? Would you be using Adolis Garcia? No, that puts him kind of in C, B tier. See, you would be using Byron Reynolds, so I'll put him in B tier, but that's pretty much that there. All right, new Sammy Sos that just came out. I'm gonna put him also in, I kind of want to put him in I'm gonna put him in B tier. Reason being is, yeah, he's a righty bat. I don't think his swing is that great. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think his swing is that great. Some people are gonna disagree. It's just basically who you hit well with. If you hit really well with Sammy Sos and you think he's S tier, you think he's S tier. But for me and my rankings, B tier. 95 overall, awesome. Just came out, awesome. Good attributes, awesome. Good fielding, awesome. But that swing is just not there. I'm gonna put him in B tier. I don't think he is a top tier outfield. You know what? Actually, let's move him up to A tier because he's a 95 and he has the good fielding and the good hitting attributes. We'll move him up to low A tier because I was just thinking about it a little bit more in my head as we're making this video, but I don't like his swing. So that's just me, but I'm not going to disrespect him and put him in the same tier as like a 90 overall that came out months ago. All right, let's move up here. Andrew Benintendi, I would never use this card. I'm going to put him in F tier. Don't think he's very good. Eric Davis, again, would never use him. F tier as an outfielder. Anthony Santander, because his hitting is so good, sure. You're going to want to play this card at first base, though, if you still even use this card. 89 overall. He's kind of getting phased out of the game a little bit. Not great. Don Baylor, 91 overall. D tier. He has an okay swing, but I just wouldn't use him. I just wouldn't use that card. He's just not great. You know what I mean? Like, he has an okay swing. He's not terrible, but look at all these options you have. Look at all these other great options you have to use. I would use one of these guys over him. Hot take, Ryan O'Hearn, A tier. Ryan O'Hearn's swing is so freaking good. It is so good. I love this Ryan O'Hearn card. I'm so happy that he has made the All-Star game as a DH, and that we'll probably be getting another Ryan O'Hearn card at some point in the All-Star content release. But love the Ryan O'Hearn card. His fielding's not the best, but the swing that he has and the bat makes up for it. So I'm putting him in A tier. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., F tier. Don't really like Lourdes Gurriel at all. Get him out of here. Willie Stargell, again, F tier, not a fan. Giancarlo Stanton, because of that low fielding, I'm going to put him down here in B tier. His fielding is going to hurt him a little bit, but he's still got a good swing. He's so tall, though. A lot of people can't hit with like tall hitters, so I'll slide him down to B tier. Not someone that like you think to yourself, damn, I got to have that card on my squad. You know what I mean? He's more of a DH anyway. You wouldn't really put him in the field with all these other good outfielders out here. Let's see. First S tier, we're going to put 92 overall, Corban Carroll. Great swing, great reaction, great fielding, great speed, really good for the outfield. You can even play him in center. You can play him in center, right, or left, and he's going to dominate for you. And he has a great, like I said, great swing, great hitting attributes. 92 overall, Corban Carroll, our first S tier on the list. Really, really good. Ronald Acuna Jr., I'm not a fan. I love his swing, and I'm tempted to put him in A tier. I'm not a fan of this card. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of this card. I used him a little bit. I just don't think he's very good. He's a 94, but in my opinion, his attributes just don't match up with some of the other 94s in the game right now. Like, I just don't think that he's that great to be putting in A and S tier. You know what I mean? He's a right-handed hitter though, which is really good. Like I said, right now, right-handed hitters are at a, actually, okay. You guys gonna be like, Devin, you're freaking crazy. What are you doing? Like, why do you keep changing it? We're gonna put him in A tier. And I still don't think he deserves it, but because of the way the meta is right now, with so many lefty hitters, righty outfielders are at a premium. So Acuna, that bumps him into A tier, in my opinion. That fact alone, not because he's a great card and amazing. He has a great swing. I just don't think this card is that great per se, but I'll bump him into A tier because he's a righty and he's that guy when it comes to his swing. Al Kaline, 93 overall, D tier. Nothing to write home about. Not someone that I would really use. Luis Robert, C tier, or Robert. I forget how you say his name. There was so much confusion around his name. I'm just gonna call him Luis. C tier, 93 overall. Not someone I'd put in my field. You know what I mean? Like S, A, and B are guys. Like S and A are guys I would you know, without question be okay with using. B tier is where I start to fall off a little bit. But I'd still maybe use one of these guys. C through F tier, they're just kind of collection fodder. Not really guys at this point that you would be using. You know what I mean? So let's keep it going here. I'm going to save some of the bigger names for later. But we already know that a lot of these guys are going to be higher ranked. The new Alex Gordon, put him in C tier. Nothing jumps out about his hitting attributes. I love Alex Gordon, and I love his swing in this game. And he has some decent fielding, but the hitting attributes just aren't there. C tier for Alex Gordon. For 95, like these immortal 95s they released, I don't understand why they made them so much like worse than the other 95s in the game. Like they just released Sammy Sosa after all this time. He's cracked. Corban Carroll is a 92 they released, you know, a while back, and he's still cracked. And then they released these immortals, the 95 Alex Gordon, and like these 95s are just not that good. You know what I mean? Like, why can't we get, like, I would have loved to have a juiced 95 overall Alex Gordon to have fun playing with in left field, and he's just not great, you know? All right, this Adam Dunn card, literally you cannot put him in the outfield, and that brings him down to D tier. On my DH list, he'll be a lot higher, but because you can't play this card at all in the outfield, I'm gonna bring him down to D tier. Like, he's just not someone that I would even feel comfortable putting in the outfield. He's just not good. Now these guys down here, like for instance Eric Davis, you can play in the outfield, but like the way he holds the bat, the swing, everything else about him is so bad that it puts him in F tier. Adam Dunn, you can risk putting him in the outfield. I personally wouldn't do it. I like to have some good defense out there, so that's why I'm putting him in D tier. Christian Yelich, at this point in the year, B tier. Amazing swing, good lefty bat. Can't put him in A tier because he's a lefty. Again, lefty meta pitching is the thing right now, but he's still really serviceable and he's good, and his fielding is decent enough to be able to use. Chili Davis has such a great swing. I'll put him in B tier. Maybe C tier. Now we'll put him in B tier. Chili Davis has a great swing. He's a switch hitter, which is very valuable. I've loved Chili Davis's swing ever since they added him to MLB The Show. Last year, I think it was, they added him. He's got a good swing. I don't really use his cards, but whenever I do end up using him in like Battle Royale or like for missions online or offline, like I always just hit tanks with this card. I don't know why. Chili Davis is just that guy when it comes to that. TJ Friedel, again, not someone I really use. I'll put him in C tier. Nothing super special about TJ Friedel at all. I wouldn't really use him in the outfield. Now this one is going to be a hot take. Maybe not a hot take, but Ian Happ, S tier. love this Ian Happ card. He's going to be really cheap for y'all to get. He's a switch hitter. He has an amazing swing, and he can still play the outfield very well. He's a gold glove. It's a gold glove card, so his fielding is good. And I'm just going to say right now he's S tier. If you need a cheap outfielder or free outfielders for your team, here's two already in S tier for you right here. And then again, all these other guys, these two guys here in A tier, Sammy Sos and Ryan O'Hearn, both free as well. Only one not free is Ron Acuna, but you don't really need that. You know what I mean? That's a full outfield right here. You know, center field, left field, right field. You know what I mean? That's already you're cooking right there. Carlos Beltran, no need. We already know where he's going. S tier, best center fielder in the game, and will be for quite some time. He is insane. He's very, very good. Let's look who else here. This Ted Williams card, I'm not a fan. I like his swing though, but I'm just not a fan of putting a 92 overall out there. 92 overall free Ted Williams out there. D tier for that card. Not great. The Tony Gwynn that you get from the mini seasons, I never even used him online. And I'm just going to put him in like an average C tier. Nothing to write home about with Tony Gwynn. He's got a good swing, but contact hitters generally don't do well. I know this is his moonshot card, but like I've used it a couple times, and it's not like the other moonshot cards where like you're hitting absolute tanks. He still feels like Tony Gwynn, you know? To me, he still feels like he doesn't hit like absolute rockets off the bat. You know what I mean? This 92 overall Bernie Williams. I am not a fan of this card, mainly because he can't really play the field. He doesn't have good fielding, and he has Bernie Williams as a switch hitter, has a great swing, but he can't play the field. Like I would never put this card out in the field. He's just not that great. I'm putting him in D tier because of that very reason. There are so many cards that you can play in the field. If you really love Bernie Williams, put him at DH. Don't put him out in the field. He'll especially not in center field. Like I don't know why they even released this card with such terrible fielding. Like fielding is such a thing this year. I just would not use that card in the outfield. That's just me though. This new Wenzel Perez, haven't really had a chance to actually get to use him, but based on his attributes and stuff, we're just gonna put him in the average of C tier. Again, these cards, like you just wouldn't really see people using on their God squads, you know? You got to reserve these S and A tier for like God squad tier cards, you know? And even B tier a little bit too, but we'll put him in C tier. I don't want to put him in D or F because I'm not going to disrespect the fact that he's a higher rated card in the game right now. I don't know how his swing is, but I haven't seen people using him, haven't seen people mention him. So that for that reason, he's going in C tier. What else we got here? Let's go through some of these summer cards. Ryan Ludwig, C tier as well. Average 93 overall, free card from the Diamond Quest. Nothing to write home about with him. Willie Mays. I love Willie Mays' better cards, but this card is, I'm not a big fan of this card. I don't know why. It feels weird to hit with this card. I'm throwing him in D tier. I don't think he's that great. I wouldn't be using him in the outfield. Not because he doesn't have good attributes. It's just the fact that, I don't know, just this card doesn't feel right in the box to me. Like he doesn't hit that well. There are some cards that are high rated that just don't hit well, and that seems to be one of them for me at least. Jiren Duran, A tier outfielder, great fielding, lefty bat, so he gets knocked down a tier. But I love Duran's swing in this game. He is so good. He has good speed. I'm a big Jiren Duran guy ever since the Boston Red Sox like documentary Netflix thing. I love Jiren Duran after that, talking about his mental health and stuff like that. Mad respect for Jiren Duran. Love the guy, and I love his cards in MLB The Show. Last year, his I think it was Player of the Month card that he got was absolutely insane. I loved that card. I used it for so long. Got a P5. He is the truth. So if you need somebody, he's pretty cheap. It's collect a certain number of summer cards to get this card. I forget how many it is though, but he's good. Let's see here. Jim Rice, BT, C tier. I'm not a big Jim Rice guy. His swing's not good. I wouldn't use him, but because he's a 94, we'll put him in C. Let's see what else we got here. Joe Adell. Joe Adell is nasty. He just came out. Very good. You can use him in center field. You can use him in any outfield position. He is awesome. Really good. He has a good swing too. The 92 overall, I used him a little bit. Really good. 92 overall, Joe Adell was good. I'm not going to put that card on the list because why would you even want to see where that card's ranked when we have this Joe Adell right here? So you know what I mean? So 96 overall, Joe Adell, A tier, middle A tier, I would say for him. Let's see what else we got here. Juan Soto. This kind of sucks because I want to put this card in S tier so bad. But because his fielding is like 63 and he can't really play the outfield, he's going to have to come down here to B tier. You can stick him out there in the outfield, I know people are going to have to do something like that because there's so many corner fielders with not great fielding, and there's only one DH slot. So we're going to put him in B tier for outfielders. Outfielders, guys, don't come at me in the comments. This is outfielders, not best hitters. This is outfielders. I hope we get that straight. That's why Soto's in B tier. I love Juan Soto's swing. I love everything about this card. It's absolutely juiced. If you want to play him in the outfield, you can. But because that fielding is so low, it's going to drop him down to B tier. But as far as swing and attributes go, that's S tier for Soto. So whatever you want to do with him, figure it out. Maybe you put, Beltran, Happ, and Carroll out there in your outfield, and you put Soto at the DH slot. That would make sense. You know what I mean? Something like that. Mazataka Yoshida, great swing, pure DH though. So D tier for Yoshida. I wouldn't put him in the outfield either. Honestly, and with the better cards coming out in DH, he probably won't be ranked that high on my DH list. When he first came out, though, he was one of the best DHs in the game. He has a great swing, and he has really good hitting attributes. Jason Dominguez, I'll still have him in A tier. I love Jason Dominguez. I just got him P5 last night. Jason Dominguez's swing is amazing. He's a switch hitter. He has good fielding. He hasn't made any errors out there for me. He has decent speed to track down balls on the corner or on the corner outfields. He's a good card to have, and he's again 100% free. So Jason Dominguez, A tier. A lot of these cards, like, you can build a God Squad. Like guys, through these tier lists I've been making, you can build a full God Squad 100% free that's competitive online. Now I know in your mind you're thinking, man, I really want Carlos Beltran, man, I really want those top cards. Yeah, they're great and everything, and they're fun to use, but don't let it stop you from being able to be a better player in this game online, because you can get a completely free God Squad just grinding. Like, there's no money spent at all, and you can get a God Squad. Like I said, like, these two guys free. Obviously you wouldn't have Beltran, but look at all these other options you have that are also free. Dominguez, Adele, Duran is technically free if you save up a little bit of stubs and just, collect a couple summer cards. O'Hearn is free. Sammy Sos, like, these guys, they're free. So go crazy with your God Squads. You know what I mean? Lance Burkeman, switch hitting outfielder. I'm going to put him in S tier. Lance Berkman's nasty, has a really good swing in this game. He was kind of a surprise that he was like the top card in the Prime series, but a lot of people are going to sleep on this card just because, like, a lot of the younger generation don't know Lance Berkman. He's not a big name, but Lance Berkman is nasty in the outfield. Trust me, he's the GOAT. Use him. Aaron Judge, I'm going to drop him to A tier. Aaron Judge, for me, he's S tier, but I know for a lot of you guys, you think his swing is slow and you think he's tall, so he's not that great of a hitter, but his hitting attributes for a live series card are so insane. He has to be an A or S tier, and his fielding is decent enough to keep him there. The reason that I have Judge in S tier for me is because whenever I was like practicing offline, I would always use Aaron Judge because he's my favorite Yankee. So I would always use Aaron Judge, and I got really used to his swing, so I hit really good with this card. I know a lot of you don't, and I know he might be even lower on your list, but for me, he has to go in A tier. Best live series card in the game, great hitting attributes, and serviceable fielding. Judge, you can put him anywhere on the corners, left or right field, and he'll do just fine. This Byron Buxton card, A tier. Buxton has a great swing, good fielding. He's serviceable out there in the outfield. Obviously, he's Byron Buxton, but yeah, that's all we really need to say. Byron Buxton is a big fan favorite. He's a guy that's on a lot of God Squads. A lot of people have this card P5. A lot of people are still using this card. So Byron Buxton, A tier, not quite S tier. I'm reserving that for the tippy top guys over here, but A tier for Byron Buxton. Yordan Alvarez, unfortunately, because of his bad fielding, he's gonna have to come down here all the way in D tier, next to Adam Dunn. Love Yordan's swing, don't get me wrong. Wait for the DH tier list to come out because he's going to be on there quite high. But again, with that horrid fielding that these cards have, I just can't justify putting them any higher than D tier on an outfielders tier list. They got to have good fielding. They got to be able to play the outfield. Hank Aaron, I was kind of underwhelmed by this card. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to put him in B tier. I like Hank Aaron's swing, but this card underwhelmed me with the attributes and everything. Maybe I'll move him up later on. I'll update it as I get to actually test the card out and use him. He just got released yesterday, so I don't have him yet. He's a boss pack. There's no way I would have been able to get to him yet, because I'm definitely choosing Chipper Jones first. Best hitter in the game, best swing in the game. Don't at me. But anyway, back on track here. Hank Aaron. B tier, underwhelming. Not not like I just, for some reason, I don't know, in my brain, I wouldn't foresee me taking Ian Happ, Corban Carroll, Carlos Beltran, or Lance Burkeman out and putting Hank Aaron in. I wouldn't see me, I mean, maybe I would use Hank Aaron over like a Ryan O'Hearn, and stuff like that, but like I just don't. Maybe we'll put him in low A. I feel like that's disrespectful. Put him in B. We'll put him in low A. We'll put him in low A because he's so, I can't justify that. He's a 97. I can't justify putting him all the way down to B tier. He has decent fielding. He has a good swing. I'm just not a big fan. Low A tier for Hank Aaron. Bryce Harper, A tier. He's still serviceable in right field with that fielding that he has. 94 overall. Bryce Harper has one of the best, if not the best, lefty swings in the game. I stand by that, and everyone knows how good this card is, but he's kind of expensive to get him. You have to collect a bunch of those spotlight cards to get him from last month, or no, from May. Yeah, May. So he is a great hitter still, great outfielder still. Gonna put him in A tier. He's nearly S tier, but that fielding is a little lower, so we're gonna have him down in A tier. Jock Peterson, worthless in the outfield, F tier as far as outfielders go. Cedric Mullins, we're gonna put him in B tier. No one really got this card because he was a chase card, so not a lot of people used him. Mullins is pretty nasty. He has a great swing, but with all these other cards coming out, accessibility wise, Mullins isn't there for a lot of people. So that kind of knocks him down a couple tiers for me in this game. We're gonna put him in B tier. Still very good. Like if you had him in your outfield, I wouldn't be mad at it. You know what I mean? It's just he's not very accessible. He not a lot of people used him because of that, and that'll bring him down to B tier. And now more and more free cards have come out, so he's not really someone that people are looking to get. Grady Sizemore, B tier as well. He has some decent. I mean, they didn't nerf this card to the ground like I thought they would. When they released this card, I looked up his splits, and he was terrible against lefties. But they actually made him fairly decent against lefties, so I'll throw him in B tier. Again, not a guy that I would really consider using too much, but he is serviceable. He is good. George Springer as well. We're going to fill this B tier up a little bit. George Springer has a great righty swing. Actually, we'll put George in A tier. And again, I'm thinking about the current meta in the game. These lists are always forever changing. That's why you need to be in the Discord. It's linked in the description down below. I'm always changing these lists. I'm always updating them as new cards come out. Because right now we have so many strong lefty pitchers, righty outfielders, again, like I said a million times, is at a premium. George Springer would be in B tier, but because so many people are using lefties, George Springer is going to get bumped up to A tier because he's a righty hitter and he has a good swing. So George Springer, A tier. Mike Cameron, also A tier. Like, I wouldn't be mad if you were using him. Like, actually, no, he is a righty, but B tier. His swing is not that great. Mike Cameron's swing is not that great. You can play him in the outfield for sure. He has good fielding. He can hit. He has good hitting attributes, but he's not great. He doesn't pop off the page, and that swing isn't the best, in my humble opinion. Again, this is my opinion. Don't come at me in the comments, please. Ted Williams, S tier. Even though his fielding isn't the best, Ted Williams does just fine in left field. He does just fine getting the balls in left field. You're gonna have a speed guy in center field, so you don't have to worry about Ted having insane speed. And he is the best hitter in the game. Those hitting attributes offset any sort of fielding issues that he might have. He is so good. S tier for Ted Williams. He is that good. Evan Carter, high A tier because he's a lefty. If Evan Carter was a righty, he's an S tier for me. He has a good swing. The fact that he's at 95 speed with only 15 stealing kind of annoys me a little bit. I get he doesn't steal a lot of bags, but still, I mean, come on. That, like, I hate that when they give a card like 98 speed, but then they give him like 12 stealing. That's just annoying to me. But Evan Carter, high A tier, nearly S tier. I know I put Corban Carroll in S tier, but that's just because he's Corban Carroll. He's just nasty. I don't know what it is. He can hit lefty amazing. Evan Carter, A tier. I wouldn't be mad if you put Evan Carter up here in S tier for outfielders, though. He's that good. This Roman Anthony card, we're gonna put him down in C tier. His 87 overall, I got him B5. I love Roman Anthony's swing, but again, with all these other cards here that, you know, just jump out at you above him, I wouldn't be really using a tops now Roman Anthony right now. So he's gonna be in C tier in this video. And Mickey Mantle, S tier, just came out. Chase pack. Not a lot of people are gonna have him, but he's Mickey Mantle, switch hitter, one of the best switch hitting swings in the game. And again, he's freaking Mickey Mantle. Like, what else do you need me to say? Tommy Pham, average. We're gonna put him down here. Actually, you know what? Just because I hate Tommy Pham, get out of my face. F tier. Don't even need to talk about it. Tommy Pham is a joke of a player. Anyway, hope he doesn't see this video. But all right, Andrew McCutchen, I want to put him in S tier, but I'm not gonna let my bias get to me. A tier for Andrew McCutchen. He is great. His swing is awesome. Right. You know what? I'm gonna let my bias get to me. Andrew McCutchen, S tier. Righty, great swing. Righty premium bat. Decent enough fielding to have in the outfield. Andrew McCutchen. He's just that guy. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say. Andrew McCutchen is that guy. I love Andrew McCutchen. I always love his cards. His swing is one of my favorite righty swings in the game. And with the lefty heavy pitching meta, again, righty premium, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the picture by now. Andrew McCutchen, S tier. Nick Castellanos, A tier. Great swing, righty hitter. You can put him in the outfield if you want. I'm just giving you guys a lot of options to be able to use here in A tier. I personally am not using the Castellanos anymore just because of all these new cards that came out. Andrew McCutchen, but he's still serviceable if you don't get Andrew McCutchen or if you don't get some of these other guys. And then James Wood, hot take, C tier. Some people love this James Wood card. They love his swing. I'm literally batting like 120 with this James Wood card. I do not like this card. And he's a lefty and he doesn't hit lefty pitchers well. There are some lefties that hit lefty well and some lefties that just don't. And James Wood for me is one of those guys that just doesn't hit lefty pitching well. And I'm just not very good with his card. So for me, he's down here in C tier. I know for a lot of you, he's going to be up in A and maybe even S tier. But for me, I'm just not a huge fan of James Wood. All right. So there we have it. That's the tier list. Your S tier guys are right here. You can literally build a full God squad from free cards. That's what the beauty of MLB The Show is. I mean, look at these guys. A lot of these guys are free. Go crazy with this, man. There are so many good cards for you guys out there to use for free, no money spent squads. So that's why I kind of do these tier lists to kind of give you an idea of who you should be trying out, who you should be using. And that's going to do it. And I will see you all in the next video.